Oh, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Health empath, and I just like having these little conversations on how I feel about things. Feel free to engage. It's a two-way street. If you got questions or anything like that, if I'm able, I'll probably answer. I got questions too. I want people to answer questions I got. It's data receiving. It's a two-way street. When it becomes a one-way street, then that lets me know that there's a dialogue that somebody wants me to think. So I made some notes. I have a hard time. I'm conflicted with things, and I can explain why, because I know exactly why I'm conflicted with things. One of the reasons why I'm conflicted is because what we're stepping into, the age of this freaking the Cancer energy, this eclipse energy, and where my placements are. I just feel quantum. I feel quantum. I feel quantum. That's the best way I can describe it. Is I am not of this earth, and I do not have earth placements in my chart. So I feel quantum, and I'm picking up data and receiving information, and I just just like because data, all phone calls are is vibrations that travel through empty space, and some people are so sensitive and receptive that we pick up on this frequency, and people that we're in close proximity with, in alignment with, oftentimes we pick up on things and, oh, why are you doing that? Don't do that. Don't act like that. That ain't a person. You don't want to be that person. Don't be the person that does that. I've had conversation year after year over the years with all kinds of women, all kinds of women. Oh yeah, I could step out on my husband if I want, just to make him feel good again, just to get that you still got it, all that chase and sensation stuff, and it's just really, it's hard to watch. I'm always saying, no, just rise above it. Don't act that way. Because you don't want that burden of the karma of being don't do that. One of my favorite songs came on. It was a recommendation by a show called Better Things. And the song is actually, and I'll say these, and if you guys, ever feel free, I like to put the song on one video, and I'll listen to music while I'm listening to people's talks on their tubes. So I'm listening to Tilted by Christine and the Queens right now. That's one heck of a graduation present, I tell you that right now. There's a clip on the tubes that you can watch, but it's just, music raises your vibes, and people don't like music, they just like keeping their vibes low. People that don't like animals, I call them the no vibers. They don't vibe, they don't got those feelings and emotions that guide you, that are supposed to be your moral compass, that we're supposed to self-govern ourselves. All that moral compass, that fortitude, is just fallen to the wayside because of technologies. It's supposed to bring people together, and people don't even know how to talk to each other. That was one of the notes I made earlier. You don't talk to people that way. People talk to people because I know it, because they've done it my whole entire life. They've talked to me, and I'm just always thinking, I would never talk to another human being and say the things, and then it happens so much. Now I just say whatever I want. But I just mostly speak on other people's behavior, and that's when they get pissed, man, because you call them out on their stuff, man. Remember when you're a kid? I'm a firm believer that everything you learn about a person, it's like you learn about them, and there's old books or something. Everything I need to know, I learned in kindergarten. I believe in that heart space, because we used to talk trash, You used to talk trash with your friends, or not even your friends, but just other kids that you spent your time with that lived in close proximity to you. You didn't necessarily like them, but it's like, it's all collecting data. You're just all trying to figure out, anyway. So I go with the stories I got. I can go off on tangents, So, people are, talking trash, and you could really you can really find out about how who a person is by the trash talk that they do. Because I could talk trash about somebody, make fun of somebody, tease somebody, you know, and I could do it where you keep it juvenile and nice and say, you know, and keep it clean, keep it friendly. But then people hit below the belt because they're no vibers, and that's what no vibers do. And they'll do that thing, and they'll try and hurt your feelings, and they'll try to make you cry, and they'll do it just to see if they can, because they know how to read people too, just like empaths. They just don't have those feelings. They just shut those feelings off. They ignore them. They shut them down. But people are starting to catch on to it, you know. And think of all the pressure that it will release for people. People won't got to talk about more people start talking about frequency and vibration, the less people will talk about, the less people talk about the shade of your skin. Because like I often say, we're all just shades of the same color spectrum. It only matters where your heart space vibes from. That space in between, you know, when nobody's looking, you know, how you act. When it's just you and whatever guides you. If you think you guide yourself, well, then it's just you and your ego. Or if you run from spirit, if you're driven by spirit, then it's you and spirit. But something is saying, do it. Everybody has those little voices. Do it. That's your conscience. That's you. You know? And some people get a lot of different voices, and that's, you know, guardian angels, freaking, you know, past versions of yourself, old versions of yourself that are playing, you know, that you're listening to the same record going, do you really want to do this again? You know what the risks are of doing the same thing over and over and thinking maybe that the outcome, there's a great risk in that, and I'm not much of a gambler. So my tower moment came today. I can't believe I didn't lead with that. See, I got Cancer in my first and second house, and I knew it was coming, and I've been I track the astrology. I was just stopped to, I sent an email to don't drink the Kool-Aid, DDK, earlier to check in on them. They're in tube jail, so checking in, keeping spirits high, you know. And then I got but I was listening to a talk by a panel. I like panel talks because they're like 2 hours. I can just lay there and veg out and then like pause it and then go do stuff and then come back, you know, and it's just great because it's a panel and they're all all have their aspects that they add to their piece of the puzzle, and it just supports and endorses what my belief system, so I get excited about that stuff. So I got Cancer in my first, second house, and this eclipse is no joke, man. It's no joke. The eccentricities that people are dialing in, and they're getting their attunement, and they're getting their superpowers and their alignments, and some of them are like, yeah, this is cool, I'm ready for it, I've been waiting for this, and other people are like, what the fuck is happening to me, oh my god, you know, people, I've been told my whole entire life that people that hear voices are crazy, oh my god, am I crazy? Oh, well, you're crazy if you believe what other people tell you. Anyway, so my tower moment came today. I'll be moving October, you know, I'd like to make it sooner than later, but hey, it's all divine time. In my time in the stars, I thought it'd be October, April was the time frame, but I was told today it was October because the lady that owns this house wants it back. So I gotta find someplace else to go, and here we go. It's my tower moment. I knew I was coming. I mean, with the placements like that, there's no way I was not going to be unscathed in the eclipse energy that's in my placements, in Western and Vedic too. I'm just like, but because I've been trying to prepare myself, you know, just like whatever comes, you know, Marge, you're divinely guided, Marge. Fools and drunks, Marge. People, where it's like we got this like little bubble because we need all the help we can get. Hey, Oka, we need all the help we can get, man. We need all the help I can get. So vibes are, you know, I know there's a place for me and Mom. I keep, every day I look at Zillow and I imagine, you know, and there's obstacles, you know, that I gotta think. But, you know, I plan to freaking move by myself halfway across the country with 4 dogs, a cat, and a bird in a row. Mom flew out. Brother met her here. So I know I can do it. I can move mountains. I'm Marge. I'm Margic. Margic. You know, the thing of it is, it's like I have to not grow too far in my ego and be like, oh yeah, I got this. You know, all that stuff. That's the part that I'm leery of. And the reason is because that's the part that I always overcompensate. And then that's where my self-sabotage comes in. And those are the patterns that I've addressed and recognized, and hopefully, thoughtfully, you know, willfully, I will not do that. This time, I hope. But then you get the heart involved and everything goes out the window, and who knows, it's all divine. So, talking shit, you know, what we're figuring, and I say that is a broad term. I just pay attention to everything they said. I read an article that Trump had that he had said, and he and I have very, very similar placements in our astrology, and I struggle with him because of his ego, and I recognize the ego aspects in myself that I can hate, and that's why I don't like him, is because I see me in him. I spot it, I got it. That's what accountability sounds like, folks. People should try it on. It's not really a comfortable suit, but once you start wearing it around, I mean, you sleep better at night without, you know, any aid pills and things like that. Maybe a cookie helps every now and again, but that just takes my pain away. My cookies. My can of cookies. Anyway, and he said, I don't pay much attention to what he says, but the reason why I paid particular attention to this one is because the wording is that he used. God, I take a lot of screenshots of stuff. I really do. Here, I found it. I could never imagine your pain or the depth of your anguish, but I can promise to fight for justice for all of our people, the president said. Now, the reason why, because I'm an anthropologist, I'm a freaking word, I'm just always trying to figure stuff out. I'm an esoteric Sherlock Holmes, always trying to figure out who the no-vibers are. Now, one of the troubles that I have with him, and that's the thing, is he starts out, I could never imagine. That's the thing. People that can't imagine what another human would feel like, usually don't feel. Okay? The man has his plus minuses. He is a vibrational frequency just like everyone else. I have my plus minuses, my character attributes and defects. And every day I try to live away, meditation, trying to eat right. I got a soda. I bought myself soda. Treated myself to a Sprite with ginger. I really like it. My system is clean. I can't toxify it with stuff like that very often. You know, but I also know what the energies are, so I'm compensating for that with a little extra self-care. But that's my self-care, you know, it's not rails of Coke and off freaking children's tookuses and stuff. I mean, it's not the weird stuff. That's what people that can't imagine do. I'm not putting him in a category. I'm just saying that we're stepping into a world where people's frequency, it's gonna matter. Where their heart space, are they ego or heart-centric, or are they balanced in all areas? And that's what we're really shooting for, is the balance, and it's happening. It's just, you know, more and more people have to have their tower moments, you know, to see if the work is really paid off, and I'm pretty confident that it has. I think the TV stopped. I gotta check on Mom. She's been staying up late. Usually I'm shutting the TV off. She's already in bed, but she's been staying up late. Nope, it's still on. It's just a quiet point. So I'm trying to make things comfortable for her so she doesn't worry, because she gets real panicked, because when we were younger, we had to go and bug out and stuff like that sometimes. So I am trying to keep my energy field in a cool, calm, collective state so that she doesn't you know, react from my excitement and misinterpret it and be scared, because one of her greatest fears in life is our family being separated, you know, so keeping and they're my family. It's, you know, I got so much post-traumatic stress. I got 4 stress animals, you know, but it ain't easy finding a place with 4 dogs, so. But I don't gotta worry, because this is the stuff that is divinely guided, and I've stressed enough in my life, and it's always been revealed to me more and more. It's always verified more and more and more and more that I do the next right thing and good things happen for me. And I know a lot of people that don't have that kind of faith, and well, circles where I come from, you don't got that kind of faith. That's cool. Just know it exists, and you can borrow mine anytime you want. You can always, people, I'm here to draw on. Take it. Take all I got. Take everything I got. I got a lot of love, and the more, see, that's what the minded of the poverty conscious minded, the deprived minded, that's what it is their spirits are deprived, and I got enough. You know, you don't gotta take out my light, because I'll just keep shining. You can try to take out my light, I'll just keep shining. So, anyway, that's about all I got for now. I think I said all my pieces. So I'm just trying to teach people how to talk to people a little kinder, softer, a little bit more loving, without special interest or trying to freaking manipulate and collecting all that negative karma that comes with it. So.